Yeah, so
Oh, there we go. All right, got it. All right, let's call to order the special meeting of the Board of Investments on June 25th. Um, First item, so please take note that this meeting is being recorded. Next item, roll call. So Savannah, are you able to help with the roll call?
Yes, I am. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the board. There we go. I think we're good. Okay. Jeff Meredith,
Here.
Cindy Youngkin,
Here.
Porter Bennett,
here.
Tim Kober,
Present.
Maggie Peterson,
Here.
Mark Berry,
Here.
John Milanovich,
Here.
Dan Trost. Let's see him. He must have hopped off. Dwayne Iverson,
Here.
Representative Larry Brewster, and Senator Shane Morrigeau. All right, we do have a quorum. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you, Savannah. All right, next item, is there any public comment on issues with board jurisdiction?
No hands,
Do you have
Mr. Chair.
anybody? No hands, all right, great. All right, moving on, next item. So policy 20.300, confidentiality and use of physician. So just to give a little overview, not a substantial change to this policy, but I think the change here does add some good safeguards for both the board members and the staff and the overall Board of Investments. A little bit more clarity, definitely around kind of expectations of what your individual conflicts would mean in relation to what you might or might not receive. So I think it's pretty straightforward. I think operationally, I know when I have questions with the board, my first contact point is Dan or John, and then they can then filter out those requests. I think that's probably an important thing for us all to kind of go down that path, so that this policy can be enforced at that kind of through Dan and John. If you guys run into a scenario where you think you should receive something or question why you're not, then just feel free to reach out to me or talk with Dan, and we can kind of get that resolved. But overall, I think this is a good addition, and hopefully everybody's comfortable with it. So if there's any other comments, we could listen to those. Otherwise, I'd entertain a motion.
Hi, Jeff. The only comment I have is on one of the words in there, which is topic. So the reading of that paragraph, topic is pretty broad. So if I have let's say you disclose that you have a real estate investment on your disclosure, the idea that you would not participate, the issue of having real estate as a topic off versus the specific real estate at issue. That's the only, I'm just wondering if topic is too broad, and I guess I'd leave that to court to kind of discuss. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think looking at that specific word that is in the section B.
It's kind of if you look at that paragraph, it's the which is great. The only thing that I would change there or look at is the broadness of the word topic.
I may, Mr. Chairman.
Of course.
The way I read that, it's any topic specifically for which they have disclosed a personal or professional conflict. So the topic would be if it's real estate and you say you're buying into a TIC, a tenant in common, that is a 1,000 unit apartment complex in Timbuktu. I think the topic that you're talking about is that thing that a board member and staff has disclosed what their conflict is about.
So
I don't read it.
if
as
you're comfortable,
general.
I mean, you're the attorney. So I mean, like, if you think that I can see how you're saying the next part of that sentence qualifies that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What,
Yeah, I'm
but
not
what is,
really much of an attorney, but I agree with Cindy. I think that's the way the English reads.
which they have disclosed. What does court say? Anything? Court?
Similar to Cindy, the other possible word choice there could have been the specific topic or specific subject matter. And the trouble is then it gets overly narrow the opposite direction. It is a judgment call where there could be some disagreement about how broad or narrow the topic needs to be. It should properly be redirected back to the chairperson, assuming the conflict is not his own.
Yeah, I agree. And so I think we can take this. I think that's a good answer. And then just reiterates what I said earlier is if we run into a scenario where this is coming into play, reach back out to myself and Dan, and we can discuss it with you. And definitely, hopefully, resolve any concerns you have. So,
To chair, I would make a motion that
Yep.
we adopt policy number 20.300 as amended and submitted.
Second, Iverson.
we have a motion from Megan, got a second from Dwayne. All right. Any other discussion on the topic? All right. If not, all in favor?
Aye.
I
I
Are there any opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes. All right. Dan, anything else that you'd like to discuss before we adjourn?
Just quickly update on East Helena. We're waiting on a July 15th feasibility analysis. So we may need a loan and board committee meeting before the August meeting. Doug also has a potential loan out there. So I'll coordinate with Chair Kober and Chair Meredith if those come to fruition and try to find a quick Zoom time between now and our August 22nd meeting. Otherwise, it's summertime. Everybody enjoy the slip and slides, and I will send you an email closely after fiscal year end with a quick update on how things go next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, is that the hearing in Laurel?
No, that's the subsequent Thursday.
Okay.
What's next Wednesday?
Fiscal year end. We'll have
Fiscal year end's
performance
Tuesday.
numbers. Some people celebrate January 1st. We're more of a July 1st people around here.
Another question. What's happening in East Helena? Remind me, please.
That is the new bond guarantee program that the legislature authorized. There's a 1,500 unit subdivision that Habitat for Humanity is working on. Poor Louise, I owe her as much apple juice as she'll ever want. But we want to get a feasibility study in hand before we bring anything to the board. So we've got another level of comfort.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks. There's nothing else. Meeting adjourned. Thank you. Enjoy your summers.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
thank you.